What's up, guys? It's Brett. I just wanted to deliver a quick snippet of very valuable information about sales to you here. So, I was working with someone recently, he's a friend of mine, and he was having some troubles with sales from a new lead source that he developed. And this guy is already good at sales. He understands the sales process structure, he understands selling, marketing services. He's on board with all that and he's good at it. But he was having some troubles. And so he was like, dude, what's up? I don't know what's going on. I said, well, send me a recording. I'll check it out. And so he did. And I took a listen. And most of the stuff he was doing right. But I could tell one huge thing he was doing that a lot of people do without realizing. And that thing was losing him deals for sure. I can see the exact moment in the conversation where his chances of getting a deal go down, down, down until they're gone. And what it is disagreement. And before you go, oh, okay, disagreement, I get that. I don't disagree with people. Hear me out, because this one's really easy to make without even noticing. So a lot of people are pretty sensitive. And if you're like more of an aggressive, bold type of person, then it's easier for you to not realize. And if you work around and live around and operate around other people who are similarly bold, aggressive, enthusiastic, opinionated, then you can come off extremely brash and even annoying to people who aren't like that, which is probably the majority of people. So even something as small and seemingly innocent as they say, yeah, I was running ads before and I was doing it myself and they weren't really working. And you say, well, what kind of ads were you running? And they go, oh, they were lead ads. And you go, there's your problem. It was the lead ads. Lead ads are trash. They don't work for anything. And then if that person like had taken ownership in what they did and they were like kind of proud of their ability to figure it out, and maybe they thought that it wasn't lead ads that was the problem, then you just jumping in with your opinion and disagreeing with them, even though they hadn't stated their opinion, it can still be damaging. And that is why you almost don't even want to respond to anything that your prospects say during the fact finding section, because any of those little things can derail the deal just because you hurt their feelings a little bit. And like I was saying, if you're used to working and interacting around people who are a little bit harder driving, and that's the way you are, then you can do this without even noticing. So what you have to do is, if you're someone like that, you have to be over the top, gentle, understanding, happy, no problem, fantastic. So you have to kind of take it to the soft side a lot more. And that way you can connect with people without making them feel ashamed or embarrassed or awkward, or some people get mad when you disagree with them. But next, like, see if you can notice any times on your sales calls or even just in conversations where you're subtly disagreeing. Because what you'll notice is when you have those subtle disagreements, then the rapport is going to drop down, drop down. And you can notice that in conversations. You can notice it definitely in sales calls and presentations. So keep your eyes open for that and look for anything. It doesn't have to be them stating an opinion or a believed fact and you saying no, that's wrong. That's a very direct and obvious way to disagree. But it can be tiny little things that you wouldn't even consider could be a problem. But look for things where, like, even just start noticing where rapport drops off a little bit throughout sales calls, because there's times you'll notice, oh, something just happened there where like the mood was more positive and it kind of just dropped off a little bit. What was that? And analyze what it was that happened there and see if you can find a point of disagreement, because most of the time you will. And then another thing that you definitely want to do is record your sales conversations. Just get an app or something. I have one on my MacBook. It records all of my sales presentations on the phone. I go through Skype. I have this Skype recorder. I can still call them from my phone number. I use my AirPods or whatever, and every one is documented. So that way you can go back in and you can listen to the replay, because when you listen to that replay, you will notice tons of things that you didn't notice while you're in the call because there's all this stuff going on. You're thinking about your objectives, you're thinking about their objections, you're thinking about moving the call in the right direction, you're thinking about all of this stuff that makes it hard for you to hear your own tonality. It makes it a little bit harder for you to hear and comprehend theirs. But when you go back and you listen to those replays, you'll be able to hear exactly what's going on. You'll hear crystal clear. And this is why a lot of people don't like to record their own voice or listen to their own voice, because they're unaware of what they sound like and they like it like that. But that's not good, especially if you're going to be trying to sell things on the phone. You need to know what you sound like. So if you don't like to hear your voice, just get over it, record yourself, and listen to it, because you can improve it, but you can only improve it if you know what's going on. And that's a great way that you can spot disagreement. And you'll be able to see, probably, if you do this, you'll be able to, in just one call, you'll be able to find 5 to 10 points that you disagreed. Now, keep in mind, to disagree, you don't have to know their opinion. But when you state yours just willy-nilly for no reason, just to correct something or to make a statement, then you're going to hurt your rapport if they don't agree with it, and you're basically just shooting yourself in the foot. So, on that note, also, make sure that during the fact-finding portion of your calls and your strategy sessions, that you're not expressing your opinion at all. You don't need to express your opinion at all during that. You don't even need to state facts or anything. That's a big part of the reason why you just let them do the talking and you ask a bunch of questions, because you not only want to know the facts and the data about their situation, you also want to know what they've thought about the things that they've done and how they've felt about it. That way, when you make your presentation, you're even less likely to disagree, and you're way more likely to be able to present your stuff in a way that actually resonates and makes sense to them. So that's it. Watch out for excuse me, end of the day, my voice is getting a little hoarse. Watch out for disagreement. Record your calls. And what was the last one? Oh, don't talk during the fact-finding section. So that's it. Hope this improves your sales calls, and I'll see you next time.